day 30, Sunday, the 5th of September 2021. Today's Bible reading is found in 1 Kings chapters 1 to 10. The last words well taken. 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 2 to 1 Kings chapter 3. How a man dies says a lot about how he lived. Examine the last words David said to Solomon. Be strong and show yourself a man. 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 2. What would it take to be a man in David's perception? The rise to kingship for Solomon, as compared with his father David's, was entirely different. Solomon's kingship came on a silver platter. He was never a warrior king and knew nothing of the struggles David went through. The last words from David were important because he reminded Solomon that the promises of God were the source of assurance and strength. In chapter 2 verse 4. The man who knows how to trust and obey is confident that God will be proactive in his affairs and deeply involved in his life. Finally, to administer justice required responsibility to show kindness to those who deserve it. Chapter 2 verse 7. Solomon realized what he was up against in fulfilling his father's wish. He needed to seek the great ocean of truth as he sought wisdom from God. The crux of his prayer in chapter 3 verse 9. Give your servant therefore an understanding mind to govern your people, that I may discern between good and evil, for who is able to govern this, your great people? Solomon knew his limitations and where to take his shortcomings to. He turned to the one in whom all knowledge is found, the fountain of all wisdom. Humility was his right approach, but most importantly, the last words of his father David, "Be strong and show yourself a man," was to be taken seriously. Did David finally leave a great legacy? Yes, he did, up to the point where he handed the reign over to Solomon. Though David was rejected to some degree by his brothers when he was a youngster, he learned to serve God faithfully in menial ways, and because he knew his God, he was able to align and allow God to work through his life. Today's prayers: pray that we will keep in step and know the presence of God in our lives, and we'll have someone looking over our shoulders to ensure that we are not out of tangent. Pray that the Malaysian education system will help groom our children to grow holistically, not just focusing mainly on their academic learning and skill training, but also majoring on their character development and aspects of social and relational health care. Pray for the youth and children ministry among the Mendrick groups in Gua Musang, that proper kingdom values and perspectives will be implanted and flourish in the lives of the younger generations.